Hi, here's an Emerson Heat fan from Peabody Museum of Natural History. I had not seen it running for years, literally. So I'll just go ahead and turn minimum speed. Yes, this is my first time seeing it running since years. Maybe even 2007 or 6. It does have a trim pot, which I have not adjusted at all because I want to show museum speeds first. I can adjust it after I show museum speeds. The low speed is a little bit too fast, but that's okay for 2-story ceiling it was in at winter time. By ceiling this height, it's too fast for winter. And that, by the way, is the south fan in the Great Hall, or the fan next to the window from Discovery Room. And I'm using an Emerson solid state speed control, which did control that fan. And how do I know it's a south fan? It's based on where the sticker is, based on other parts of the motor. And yes, I took pictures to compare back when it was in the museum. And how do I know that the control is the one that controlled the south fan, even though I never saw controls in the museum? It says south. So I'm going to turn up a tiny bit to where arrow says winter. Yeah, I would turn it tiny bit up. So now it's an arrow's winter. And I would like to thank David Scaly, who's the director of Peabody Museum of Natural History, as well as Carol DeNuttall, who is the director of Demolition Project, for letting me have those fans. It was nice of them, and I saw that from fans for years. And this is my first time controlling the fan. Now I'm going to turn up to where the green mark is. That might be the speed they use in summer. Because why else would I have a green mark in the control? Now I'm going to turn up to maximum speed. I've never seen maximum speed before. let me tell you, this is one of the slowest 3-blade Emerson heat fan in this size. It's because it has K55 motor instead of K63, and it still has fiberglass blades which has 15-degree pitch. So, deeper pitch plus weaker motor equals slowest. So I'm going to adjust the trim pot and then show the other speeds. Okay, so the trim pot's been adjusted and I'll show a new minimum speed. I'll be showing speeds to maximum speed, and I'll also be showing spin down. That minimum speed is now acceptable for winter and regular ceiling height. So it's just spinning about 20 revolutions per minute. And I shall say that this fan is downdraft only. And this fan has a heat fan as a name. And that's when people learned that fans can be used to push heat down. This means that you don't necessarily have to switch to updraft for winter. You can just leave on downdraft if low speed is low enough. You might still have to switch to updraft if low speed is rather freezing in winter. And I should say that Emerson heat fan is made for both cooling and heating. It's not just for heating. So I'm going to turn up a little bit. That is why we call it summer low speed at regular ceiling height. Ceiling fans can circulate air more efficiently on downdraft than on updraft. And switching to updraft in many cases is like reducing the speed, except that you use same amount of energy instead of less energy to actually reduce the speed. Maybe many fans should have 4-speed for winter use instead of having updraft for winter use. So, though maybe it might still have to be reversible for some reason. Because there are some cases that updraft is more effective than downdraft. Like when it's installed in a hallway where blades are so close to the walls, they can move air better on updraft. But in most cases, downdraft is more effective. Might hear it making some humming noise, which is common in solid-state speed controls. Which is one reason why I don't call solid-state speed control bedroom control or church control. And I'll say that Emerson made those controls specifically for heat fan. You can see it wobbling tiny bit. And I'll say that if it did have plastic blades, it'll probably bubble a lot more. And it can be difficult to balance heat fan with plastic blades, but this one has fiberglass blades. Oh, and I should tell you that the canopy was repainted to match the ceiling, but not the rest of the fan, just the canopy. It was originally the same color as the rest of the fan, the motor housing. It blows tons of air, like most fans would do with this style of motor. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please remember to comment, rate, and subscribe.